Good morning. Hi, Paula.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I think I'm not, one of my AirPods isn't working, but can you hear me okay though?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, cool. How's it going?
Good. I'm excited.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah. Thanks for being here. See Maria. Maria's probably making her way back. Give everyone a few minutes to sign on, and I will work on introducing myself in the meantime. I am Annika Marita. I am a mama to four and an intuitive. I work specifically with mothers and children. I do past life work, soul purpose work, and I'm also a healer. So within a session with me, you will gain clarity and get some deep insight to your soul and your purpose, as well as receive some healing because with my words, it just ends up being healing as it is on its own. And I invited Maria and Paula here today to join me. Both of them are graduates of the same program through Nikki Novo and what's now called the Soul Reading Method. We met there, and they are truly my soul sisters, and I'm so appreciative to have them here today. And I will let Paula introduce herself. Paula.
Hi, Annika. Thanks for having me. And yeah, like Annika said, we met at one of our trainings, and um, I am, I live outside of Chicago. I am a mom of three, so I very much resonate with all of this stuff that Annika does, and I try to live that every day of just, being a soul-led mother, which is amazing, but also so hard in some ways. We've chatted about that
Yeah.
before. I work with women primarily. I'm like an innate intuitive and psychic, and I love to um, help women align with the truth in their hearts and live a soul-led life aligned with um, their soul's desires and their highest path and purpose. I work also with entrepreneurs and businesswomen. I have a background in private equity, so I kind of try to blend strategy and business with intuition and psychic abilities. I also help people kind of activate them and awaken them and help them to kind of jump to higher timelines and I do a lot of energetics work, a lot of healing work. Like Annika has mentioned, I do work a lot with angels, but also um, just energetics in general. Energy comes really naturally to me. And so I help people shift blockages and um, jump to more aligned and healed timelines, and love working with women. And I'm excited to be here. So thanks for having me.
Yeah. Thank you for coming. I'm so excited to have you here, Paula. All right. I see Maria hopped on. Maria, are you available? If you are, I'd love to get an introduction from you. Oh, 1 second. Okay. And all of you ladies, if you want to, you're welcome to turn your cameras on so that we can see you. The way this is going to work is that, hi, Alicia. Thanks for joining us. The way this is going to work is that we're going to just choose you randomly. I will give the opportunity to Maria and Paula as well to choose somebody. You guys are welcome to ask a question in the chat or raise your hand if you want, and then we can call on you, and then we will work with you when we call on you. Maria, whenever you're ready, feel free to jump on and give us a little introduction about you, because I'm so excited to have you here.
Hi, Annika. Hi, everyone. Sorry, I was kicking the children outside of the room and locking the door and, all of that.
I know that
You know.
feeling.
Hi. Hi, everyone. I'm Josefina Barrio. So nice to be here, for Annika to organize this and to be here with Paula. I'm so excited for this, really excited. I'm at the moment, because things always change. I'm working as a life and a soul coach, and I'm doing readings and intuitive coaching. And working more towards doing workshops, like this kind of stuff, what we're doing now at the moment. And at the moment, I'm working with women that are trying to tap into their divine feminine and helping women kind of embody their femininity. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. I'm a mom as well, like Paula and Annika. I have 3 kids of mine and 2 stepkids. So my house is full of children always. And yeah, so I'm doing this kind of, I don't like saying part-time, but I like to say like I blend this work with my family, with my kids. So like they're always the priority, and the kids are just I feel they balance me, so I can not work all the time. I don't know. So yeah, nice. Thank you so much for having me, Annika.
Of
Hi, Paula.
course. I love that, Maria, I do the same thing. What I always say is that I work around my family because that's priority. And then it just kind of blends in around there. So I do the same thing. So if anybody already has a question for us, I'd be happy to have you go first if you want to jump in, have our brave soul ask us a question. And then what will happen is that we will meditate on it for maybe like 5 minutes, and then we can reconvene and share what each of us got for you. This is going to be a really powerful reading for you because you're not only getting it from the perspective of my team, but you're getting it from Paula's team and from Maria's team. And each of us have such an individual and unique perspective. So this is going to be very healing and hopefully very clarifying for you in this moment. And I see here in the chat we have one. Okay, Amy. My question is health related. Someone in my family has a really big health journey fight going on right now, which is likely to present some challenges or some challenging times as we go through it and support this person through it. Any advice or feedback on how to best support and guide my family through this? Amy, would you mind specifying what part of the family this member might be in so that we can a little more clarity?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. It's my brother-in-law.
Okay.
And so as he goes through his journey, we'll obviously be supporting him, but I guess I'm looking for guidance on how to support my kids or help my kids understand anything that may be happening, as well as his kid, because we'll probably be helping out there, a lot through the process.
Okay. That's very helpful. Thank you, Amy. Okay, just give us a couple minutes. Minute. Start. Amy, as soon as I saw your brother-in-law, he told me that he's okay. And it's not like it's not like an appeasing I'm okay, but it's like really truly he's okay. Like he feels very he showed me him, he was smiling. He keeps a really light heart about what's going on. He also has this intuitive sense that he knows what is happening right now is meant to be. It's part of the process. While this doesn't make it any easier for all of you who are involved, because this is really difficult as a family, he does want you all to know that he knows that it's going to be okay. However the outcome turns. What the strongest, and this is so funny because this has been coming up for a lot of children here lately for me, but is communication. This word communication kept coming to me. And what they're telling me is that what's happening now is there's kind of like a reconvening of your family. It feels like there's a repairing of connections happening during this moment in time. So your support system as a family, you guys are all meeting back together, and you're in this time where you're all feeling the hardship, you're also mending a tremendous amount of things that have gone on between you. So it's a really beautiful moment that you guys are sharing as a family. I feel like the kids are definitely experiencing the confusion. There's some fear. Know that they're also really feeding off of your adult energy. So whatever figures are in place, know that you guys are setting the foundation of the energy and the experience of what is happening. This is a really big ask as an adult, but know that you guys also have the ability to control, well, not necessarily control, but to lay a foundation of calm and to create an environment where your children are very supported. And this is a really beautiful opportunity for all of you to step into these roles and begin to bring your intention to setting a space that's very grounded, very full of love and light and very supportive, also very communicative. So having these conversations with your children, letting them know what's going on as much as you can. So I'm not sure what the age ranges are, but it kind of feels like they might be from maybe 12 years old until very little. And sitting them down and having the conversations, asking or answering the questions, why is this happening? And trying to give it to them in terms that they can handle, they can understand, but also in a way that's not sugarcoating it, because they really do need to understand what's going on, as this is bringing in quite a large life shift in their lives as well as yours. They're also showing me, Amy, that you do some energy work. So this is a really beautiful opportunity for you to start implementing some visualization practices into your family. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that your children need to start acting into these visualizations, but it means that you are being called upon to start doing this for your family. A good place that they were sharing with me is I just shared the family tree healing meditation on my YouTube. And if you use that as a starting point for you to begin to launch these visualizations of healing for your family, this is going to be a beautiful place for you to do your healing work. and the other thing that they wanted me to say is that his children also have a really strong intuitive connection with him, with their father. So they also have an innate understanding of what is going on. So if things aren't being said, or they're being said with a little more sugar than necessary, the kids are able to understand beyond that. So having an understanding that it's okay to let the kids in on what's going on, even though it might feel more scary or heavy, they are already in that energy. They're already in the experience. So the heaviness is not going to be dissolved or transmuted by a shift in your words. So that disconnect from the communication point of speaking to the energy they're feeling is going to be really important, that's kept very clear. It's a very clear line of communication from the energy and the words that are coming from the adults. Also, they were telling me that speaking to your children about maybe the connection that we all share as souls, there's something that they wanted you to remind them that even, when people pass, we still remain connected to their energy. So it's not like we are saying goodbye forever, and that we can also offer support to our loved ones through this soul connection. So we can heal, we can mend, we can repair through sending energy from our heart chakras to our loved ones' chakras. So they're sharing with me that you can teach this to your children now and teach them to do this with their cousins. And maybe at night when they're laying in bed, practicing sending them light from their heart space, and it can be green light into their heart space. And all of this is going to help mend some of these connections that you're all meant to be working on right now. So it's a really beautiful opportunity of healing that you're in at this moment. Okay, Paula, Maria, which one?
I'll jump in. I got very similar stuff, so I don't want to like rehash things, but let's see. The biggest thing that I got, this is actually like a big time of awakening for your whole family and for your brother-in-law specifically and his wife. It is going to be something that's going to give them additional like space and time to really like have time to think about their priorities, what matters, and how to move forward in a more aligned way going forward. There's almost like this is going to really open their eyes to what it is that they really want from life and what's important. And it's going to also show them like where it comes to like friendships and even just like the way they're spending time, it's really going to help them kind of edit their lives in a way where they're really going to find what's for them and what isn't. And it's going to provide like this like foundation for them to start kind of fresh, like a clean new slate. It is something that his kid, is it one child? I don't know. I felt it was one, but maybe there's more. But there's like, it's this, like their kid is extremely aware and very, very, very spiritual and very connected to his dad or her dad. And it is something that I think that it's important to not sugarcoat it, like you said, and like really be open and communicate exactly what's going on. And the possible outcomes is important. And also like Annika was saying, like important to really speak from a place of how like perception and mindset is everything for this particular situation. And so it is super important that everyone has the same perception and mindset about how this can be for them, how this is just helping everyone come together and realign and connect and set shared intentions. And like they're showing me like the power of prayer and the power of intention, like the more of like everyone coming together in alignment for the same intention of healing and for the same kind of connection. It's going to bring out actually like this beautiful collaboration and community piece to it. And I see like your kids really taking on like a lot of role in like helping their cousin like really be comfortable and feel supported, and giving them like an opportunity from a young age to see something that's hard but yet beautiful at the same time, and how can it really bring love and connection to all of the family. And I just feel like it is important to allow the kids to kind of lead the way. There's a lot of joy, a lot of laughter and support, and a lot of like beautiful, like positive energy coming through from the kids. And all they want is to like the space for that to take place, and not allow the adults to add any anxiety or worry or fear, but just instead allow that beautiful energy of support and like laughter and just like enjoyment of family and like alone and more like rest and family time. Because I feel like the reason why this ailment came to be is because there's burnout, and there's a lot of like autopilot and like doing just like kind of going through the motions in life and doing things just for the sake of having to, rather than just having like more intention about what it is that they want from life. And so there's this beautiful, like peaceful moment of like retreat and space and rest and family time. And so allowing it all to kind of come together and allowing the kids to lead the way with their energy of just like, kids are just very present. And so they're not thinking about what's going to happen. They're thinking about what's going on in the moment. And so allowing that to really be like a healing portal for this. I think the moment that the adults start thinking about the what ifs and the future is when the kids start feeling the anxiety and the worry. And so it's really allowing it to be like a day by day, moment by moment thing, and just enjoying what's in front rather than worrying about what could or not happen. Is really going to be helpful. And I feel like this rock bottom is actually for everyone. The most important piece is the alignment and the intention for everyone that's going to be a part of this journey and like supporting in this journey, to all see this as happening for everyone. So in what ways can this be like the thing that you needed to witness to just finally align your life, to finally be true to yourself and tell yourself, like, what is it that I want out of life? Where is it that I want to leave? What's my dream? How do I want to spend my time? How do I want to raise my kids? What do I like? And just allow it to be that gift. And I feel like there's a beautiful, beautiful opportunity for true healing and like actually navigating this. And on the other side of this, have health and wellness and connection for everybody. But it is super important that everyone's intention is set on that. Like the positive, the glass half full, how is this for us? Everything happens for a reason. It's going to just be what's going to kind of almost like the void on the darkness is going to lead to like some beautiful kind of light on the end of this. But you have to do the work of like sitting with the uncomfort and with the truths of what's coming up with everybody, and just like telling all the kids and adults alike that all the feelings that are being felt are totally acceptable and appropriate, and just allowing everyone to feel them fully and then move on. And I think it's going to be a beautiful chapter for everybody, despite how scary and fearful and like painful it might be.
Beautiful, Paula. Maria?
Hi. Hi, Amy. Thank you so much for allowing us to read you and for sharing such a vulnerable thing you're going through. What I got for you, it's like, interesting enough, it was about you making sure that you first set intentions for yourself of what you want this path to look like. So if you're in a way unconsciously setting an intention that this path that you're all as a family going through is going to be traumatizing, then you're setting the intention for everyone around you as well that this is going to be traumatizing. So making sure that you're very, very clear with yourself of what the intention for this is for you, and that you don't allow this experience to be led by fear from you, because your heart is kind of going to be a very important part of like how it's like you're going to be the glue of your whole family of how this experience can evolve, because you're like a very strong part of the family. And I saw you more like you being not the actual glue, but you have the gun, those glue guns for doing handcrafts. You have the gun and you're the one kind of gluing everything together. So your intention is very important first for yourself before you even think of how you can support others. So you can't like start supporting others or helping your family unless you first be very clear on the intention for yourself. So if you think of it again as traumatizing, then that's gonna, like, you're gonna kind of manifest that. So make sure like that you're not like on your own projecting your own emotions into what you're trying to manifest for the experience that you are going to have as a family. Your support will be to create a container for your family with intention, like very important intentions that you're going to have to really remind yourself on a daily basis. So like even having reminders in the morning that you remind yourself, like set your intention, set intention. I always come back, like we always come back to the breath when we're meditating. You are going to be waking up in the morning and coming back to the intention. It's like your reminder to breathe, like breathe back to the intention, because it's going to be hard to stay focused on intention, because it's going to be very, very hard emotionally to stay in that like heart-centered love space. The intention, and also I got the message like what your intention could be, and that it will help you. Is for this intention, the intention could be that intention of silence, of listening, and of feeling everything. So like literally like you being somebody that can listen, and then when you set intention to listen, you will know what your children need, what your nephews need. Like they're going to be telling you all the time, so you don't need to predict anything, but you're not going to be able to hear what they need if you're not listening, and if you don't have that silence in you. So like feel things, like listen, then stand back so you can actually like receive the guidance that the children are going to be giving you. Your intention also would be to not let the anger take over and allow love to continue to fill the room. So connect. Sorry, I'm just reading my handwriting. This experience is definitely gonna be about connecting, all of you connecting back to each other. I think Paula mentioned that. You guys are gonna be, in a way, this experience is gonna connect you back to each other. It's like it's gonna bring you in. You guys are gonna kind of glue each other again, but it's like you're gonna come into a circle and come in, all of you. So it will be a very healing experience as well. Your role is very important, as he will find peace, your brother-in-law will find peace in knowing you're there for that. So that you will bring peace and silence in. Like, so by him experiencing that from you, you're going to be helping him tremendously, because he's going to know that there's somebody there that can like bring the circle back. It's like you're just like keep bringing everyone together, like calming everyone down, not calming, but just like bringing everyone back to their center by you listening to what everyone needs. Okay, apart from that, sorry, this is also something that will also lead you to some personal huge shifts for you. I saw a connection with your career as well. So like I felt like this experience for you is going to be vital for like a vision or something that's coming for you in the future. That's connected to your purpose, to connected to the work that you do or you're going to be doing. Apart from that, that's like the set intention kind of vision that I saw for you. I also saw like another line that's saying that you need to speak up, that you need to use your voice around things you feel are not right. So it feels like there's things that you haven't been sharing. Maybe you're disagreeing with like ways of doing things, ways of managing whatever's going on with this situation, and you feel like you don't have a voice to say, but it's important that you do share your voice with the adults, obviously. Like, so like you have to be vocal with the adults in the family about things that you maybe disagree with. Talk openly about your worries and your concerns, and also like don't suppress things. So being very careful at not allowing yourself to block your throat chakra, so you don't, because then if your job is to find that, like be that pillar of like, I don't like saying your job, but the intention for you is like to really be there for everyone. But it's important that you don't suppress your emotions that are going to be difficult. So like anger and frustrations, emotions that maybe you will feel like not happy to share, make sure you express those, not too much around the children. It's not that you want to hide something from them, because there's no shame in those emotions, but like trying to make sure that you are like singing or like even shouting into a pillow or whatever, just like using your throat chakra to release any stuck emotions. So you're not suppressing those emotions, because then you have to deal with them in the future, and you don't want to kind of keep anything in. Really like making sure that you're feeling and releasing. Sorry, I'm just. And another one, last little message, is that to remember that trauma, like we worry with the children about trauma, you know, like how are they going to experience this? So for the children, it's important to remember that the trauma is like the whole experience. So if they are feeling seen, heard, supported, loved throughout a difficult situation, they are going to remember that feeling, even if it was a hard, traumatic experience for them to witness this. So like, remember that the day by day things, like Paula was mentioning, the day by day things like the play, the joy, and the duality of life, it's allowed. And like talking to the children about being allowed to feel joy and happiness in the midst of like traumatic experiences and hardship, and making sure that all of you as adults are there to allow the children to not miss out on life throughout this experience that they're going through. That's all for me.
Thank you guys so much. That was amazing, extremely valuable feedback, and I really appreciate you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Amy.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you, Amy. Okay. I see that Alicia said that she would like to go next. Alicia,
Yeah.
can you?
Hi.
Oh, perfect. Hey.
Sorry if you hear my children yelling at me in the background.
Normal.
I might actually have to. Hey, I'm here. I'm here. What's wrong?
Okay.
What happened? Hey, listen. Mommy has to talk. Can you go ask Daddy? Can you go see Daddy, please? My question is about that one. I have been doing a lot of like self work, I guess, just work on myself. I had a really rough postpartum period after my second child, and I hear you. And things have been steadily improving. And with my daughter, my older one, we have always felt like she is just an adult in a child's body. Like she just knows things. And we're getting to the point, and it kind of encompasses like my struggles as well, because I'm getting to the point where I have thoughts of like, I can't help, like I'm struggling to like guide her, to teach her, to raise her, because we like so many things, like we joke that she's psychic because she says things that how could she know? Or she'll like, I hear you. She'll predict things that will happen 5 seconds later. And hey, I hear you. You need to turn around. And with that, she's just getting a little bit, I can tell she's struggling. I can tell she's just in a phase of she's struggling and I'm struggling. Hey, I'm talking right now. We're just kind of struggling to connect. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to turn my mute myself
That's
now.
perfect. Thank you, Alicia. Okay, so we will take a few minutes. I think we lost Maria, but she'll come back when she can. And then in the meantime, Paula and I will do your reading.
Okay.
Alicia, can you give me her name?
Yes, her name is Brielle.
Bria. Okay. Okay. Paula, you want to go first?
Sure. Okay. She's such a little sweetie. Like her soul is like super happy that you're here connecting with us. I think she really, really was looking for this and needs it as are you. So it makes sense. So Brielle, so she comes forth and I feel like she's highly, highly sensitive and aware, very wise, as you said, a very, very old soul. And she is currently struggling with the human experience. Like I think that she's a child that is so aware of her own like inner knowing and her like spiritual self, her soul, but she's like struggling that she's in this like little kid body and she's like, oh my gosh, like I have no say, I have no authority, nobody believes me because I look this way. And she's struggling with this like disconnect of her wisdom with who she is as a human. I feel like what she's here like craving independence and freedom, and she's here for truth. So like the word truth kept popping up, and she represents truth, and she speaks truth, and she wants truth always. And so her biggest trigger is when she feels like people are being inauthentic, or like people around her are not like being like aligned with what they're feeling and what they're saying. There's like this big energy trigger for her with that. And so a few things are coming through. So the first thing is that she needs, like, communication is super important for her. And so she needs to, like, you can like be very, very honest with her with how you're feeling and with your struggles in a very direct way. And you can tell her that you see how wise and much wiser than you she can be. Yet she's just this, in the human experience, she's like this little girl in this little body, and you've just been here longer, so that together you're going to make a team. And like, she can share her wisdom with you, and you can share how to be human with her, and you guys can kind of have this beautiful like dance of like, here's what I give you and here's what you give me. But like, she'll feel like seen and validated if you actually directly tell her how much you see that she's so wise and beyond her years, and she has so much knowledge and wisdom and beautiful things to share with the world, starting with her family. I think she's extremely creative, and again, communication is big. It comes through. I don't know how old she is, but she's ready to start like having an outlet when it comes to like, if you feel like she's having moments of like feeling like restless or bored, or like where she's like not feeling seen, or to actually guide her to write or to read or to kind of draw. And like, I don't know if she's like old enough to write and read, but even just like through pictures, she can start allowing her feelings and her emotions to have an outlet. I feel like that's going to be a big part of her life in general. She's really like somebody that will make sense of her feelings and emotions and her wisdom through writing and reading and just like channeling. She's definitely a channel, and it's okay. So she reminds me a lot of my oldest. And so they kept like showing me things that I've been doing with my oldest right now, where I literally have sat her down and been like, I understand that you're wise beyond your years and wiser than me, and you can give me that, but you also need to kind of like follow and respect the structure of like this human construct, where like I also have rules and things for us to be safe and live together as a family kind of thing. And she really responds well to that. And I can feel like Brielle will be similar. And then what I started doing with my daughter, is that I will tell her that she has this ability and this gift to communicate into like with like her higher self. And I've been teaching her exercises of how to be her own channel. And so she's been writing, and even just like through words and speaking. And we play a game with her where like she'll ask me a question and I'll channel, and then I'll ask her a question and he'll channel. And so it's almost like empowering with her gift rather than her being frustrated with it. And so it's like, in what small ways can you start little by little talking to her about like what you're saying? Like, I know that you know things before they happen, or I know that you feel things that are not being said, but you know are truth in your heart. How can you like give her the space and the time to start playing around and communicating those things? Because the biggest thing is that she feels like she's not seen and heard. And what's happening is that she doesn't need anything from you as far as you guiding her, other than the time and the space for you to be there and listen to her. And like, you don't have to have the right answer. You don't have to have instructions. She's actually coming through saying, I'm my own guide and my own guru. I just need your attention. I just need you to sit with me and just like have your entire presence for 10 minutes. And like, super, like, I feel like the introduction of the sibling has been really hard on her, because she feels like the house is just like at the mercy, at the whims of this little baby, and everyone's like reactive to it, and it gives her anxiety, and then there's no space for her. So definitely coming through that you need to connect with her one-on-one. Like, even if it's like leaving the little baby with your husband and you go for 10 minutes to like a coffee shop next door, and then her having one-on-one time uninterrupted without like being like pulled by the sibling and whatever, is what she needs the most. It's like, I just need space with you, time with you, even if it's like 10 minutes. And the biggest thing she needs is for you to be okay. So like when you feel like she's fine, but she's feeling like this underlying sense of like worry, anxiety, or like being pulled in a zillion directions. And so anytime you feel like, how can I help her? Start with being like, what do I need? So in what, like, if you help yourself, you're helping her. She's really connected to your energy and responds to the way you're feeling and being. And so if you're restless, if you're like running a zillion miles an hour, if you're like nonstop doing things and not have presence and calm, she's going to feel that as well. And so anytime you feel like she's acting up, or she's wanting attention in the wrong ways, or she's like just like off, ask yourself, what is she feeling from me first and foremost, and how can you actually be well yourself, because she is connected to that first and foremost. And your energy is what really, really is like dictating her state of being more than anything, even more so than your husband or the baby. So like just really, and you can actually, like, she's so wise and so aware that you can have direct conversations with her. Like, I understand that you feel mommy's feelings, and I understand that when I'm kind of all over the place, you feel a little restless. And then kind of having her help you. So be like, how can I help you? In what ways can we like work on this together? Like, what do you need from me? And like allow her wisdom to come through and kind of follow her guidance. Like, I think that she can tell you what she needs. She can be like, oh, I just get overwhelmed when you're like running around and you're half listening, half doing other things. Or she can tell you that she's overwhelmed because you're always with the baby. Or she can tell you, so I just feel like she has so much to share with you, but no space and no time. And she feels like she just needs a little connection. Like a couple minutes of uninterrupted time goes a long way with her. And so just, I feel like I've been like kind of repeating a lot of the same, but I feel like those are the main themes that I felt from her. And I see you. I feel like I'm just like that with my oldest. And those little wise guru souls are choosing us as moms because they know that we can handle it. So I know you're going to be good and she's going to be great. And she chose you as a mom for a reason. So trust that you have in you what she needs, and just allow your own intuition and her wisdom to guide the way for you. And best of luck.
That was so incredible and spot on. Like everything that I have been, I know you still have to go, Annika, so maybe I'll wait. You go first, and then I mean, I feel so validated in some of the things that have like crossed my mind. I have thought, oh man, I just really it feels like she needs more alone time, because the two of them are always together. And so feels like she needs more alone time without the little one. And oh, okay. Anyway, I'm overwhelmed.
I love that, Alicia. I love your enthusiasm, and I'm glad that Paula's messages resonated because they were so powerful. I even took away a couple messages from Paula's downloads too, so thank you, Paula. As soon as I connected to Brielle, she wanted to take me to her past life. So you might have seen me covering my eyes. Sometimes if I cover my eyes, I just need like complete darkness to be able to travel there for them to show me the images. Sometimes the light coming through will dim the images. So she bear with me because all of these generally sound pretty out there, but imagine like space and all of the like Star Wars movies, like all of these things come from something. They are a seed of imagination and creation from something greater than what is here on Earth. So know that things that sound abnormal or strange or weird do exist in another time other than here on Earth. So what she was showing me is that she was a jellyfish. It was not necessarily a jellyfish like we know it here on Earth, but she showed me an image of a jellyfish, and there was beautiful pink and purple, and what she was doing is that she was kind of traveling through the universe, and she didn't necessarily have her own planet, but she was responsible for transmuting negative energy. And so what she did was she was able to use her tentacles to kind of move through space. And when she hit something that was a negative frequency, whether it was a thought, an idea, or maybe some space junk, something that wasn't serving the universe and its highest purpose. She transmuted it through absorbing it through her own body, and then she shot the energy out through the top of her crown. And so what that tells me is that she's extremely independent. She does not work with others in groups. She works better alone. She's also, she has an extremely strong intuition and sense, and this comes very naturally to her because of the work that she did in her past life. She had to be able to sense where the negativity was so that she could find her way and navigate that space to make it there, because it's not like there was a map to where she needed to go. It was almost as if her senses acted like a magnet to that negative frequency. And so she made her way there and traveled there essentially blindly. So you're going to see that her senses are extremely strong here on Earth. And this is all meant to be. The reason why she was sent here on Earth at this time is because we need that magnetism. We need her gifts right now. We have a strong density, and as we are on Earth elevating our frequency, she's going to be moving around and kind of transmuting the negative, helping us elevate in a larger way. And what they're showing me with her purpose here on Earth right now is that it's not necessarily they're not giving me a scale. So I said, is she doing this on a big scale? Is she doing this on a small scale? What they showed me is that right now she's doing it within your household. So you might feel that she is able to transmute energies, and anything that's not serving your house, she's able to pick up on. But that's creating a bit of frustration for her because she's seeing that you're not noticing it and it's not being brought to your attention. And what is so natural to her, what is so innate and built into her, doesn't seem to be so natural for you, your husband. And it's almost frustrating for her because she doesn't understand why you aren't seeing it the same way or experiencing it in the same way. And it's almost like she's kind of, it's funny because she's like, I want you to pull your weight, Mom. I want you to pick up on what I'm picking up on. And the only way that you can do this is for you, and this came through very strongly, is that this message is not as much for her as it is for you also. That now is the time for you to start bringing your awareness to what gifts you have and what you can bring to the table. You guys share this beautiful journey together. And what she's showing me is that as she grows, you grow. And what this looks like for you is beginning to maybe dabble and experiment and really let your curiosity lead you into the places that you are you have a little bit of wonderment about it. So the reason why you're here right now getting this reading is because you believe in a higher power. You know there's more, and you know that there is this energy experience here on Earth, but you don't quite know how to get into it or how to step into understanding it. So they're showing me that you need to find yourself maybe like a mentor, start listening to podcasts, do more workshops like this, and really immerse yourself in this line of work, because the more that you become aware of it and you have a greater understanding of it, the deeper your connection is going to be with her, the more you can meet her on her playing field, and you guys can do some amazing work together. And I think it's really beautiful what Paula was saying, is that having these big conversations with her and letting her in on what you're thinking so that she knows that you know. She just needs you to acknowledge it. And then her frustration won't be as great, and she might actually be able to send her support towards you in this journey of alignment, really. She's kind of here. It's funny because what they're showing me is that she's like running on the path and she's dragging you behind her. And you're like, wait a minute, whoa, like we have so much stuff going on over here. I can't just run away with you. But if you can find how you they're showing me that you can be a healer and you're definitely a light worker in your own right. And if you can activate these gifts within you, then you can help bring the family together so that you can all move at that warp speed that she's looking to have you all move at. Because once you bring your gifts into activation and you start to really tap into your alignment, your power, then your husband will also become activated. And then your youngest one is also very powerful too. So you don't have to worry about necessarily activating your little one because she's here to do her own work. Your husband, he'll catch on right along with you so that you guys can all journey together with Brielle because she's kind of on another level. And how can you meet her there? This is how you'd be able to do that as a mother, is beginning to do that self-reflection and start doing the work yourself so that you can meet her there in that intuitive realm. They were also showing me that that it's interesting because it's almost like authority and force don't work with her. And I have a daughter very similar like that too, where the more that you pull the authority card or that you talk down on her, the greater the struggle is. And so she's going to do exactly what you ask her not to, or she'll put up a greater fight. It'll be totally exhausting for you the more that you fight this with her. So if you can just level with her, get down on your knees, look at her eye level and talk from your heart and let her know what's going on. Hey, I'm feeling this way. The reason why daddy is getting upset is because of this. And we have all of this going on from work, from, you know, finances, from the home stress, family. And I need you to just be a little more cooperative. And I need you to use your powers to meet me here because I can't meet you where you are now, but also offering reassurance that you want to, and that you acknowledge that she's very powerful, wise, and that she has a really strong calling here on earth, and that you will support her in that calling. Because I think what she's also has a little bit of fear around whether or not she is going to be able to step into her work in the it's like in the size that she's hoping to, or that she came here to be contracted to do. That resonate?
Yeah, I'm literally almost in tears. Like, this is both of you just spot on. It makes sense. Literally everything that you said. And I almost fell on the floor, Paula, when you said writing and reading, because she's 3 and she writes and she reads and she's so into it. And everyone's like, that's too young, you know, but like she loves it. And
I didn't mention dancing. I forgot. I like had it in my notes, but I saw her twirling and stuff. So like, just like anything that moves energy, because she has the capacity, kind of related to what Annika's saying. She holds so much energy. She has this huge vessel of so much energy, but it has to leave her. Like, it can be too much if she's not like focusing and channeling into something. So dancing will like help too.
She
Sorry to interrupt you.
loves dancing, and we've been talking about getting her in a dance class or something, dance lessons, because she loves dancing. That's crazy. That's crazy. Wow, yeah, like I took notes, and I mean everything. She's even been talking about jellyfish so much lately out of nowhere, and I'm like, why are you like, where did this come from? Jellyfish. So that's wild. This is, I'm speechless. And so helpful, because everything even that you were saying about me, Annika, like, these are things that have crossed my mind lately, and I feel so validated. So thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Well, we see you, Mama, and you have some beautiful things ahead of you, and you are following your guides already by being here in this space, and you're following her guidance too. So give yourself kudos, big props to you for being here.
Thank you. Yeah, I wasn't quite sure if I was gonna have the time because something changed with my husband's schedule, but this morning she said, why did someone say this? And I forgot what it was, but she said some sentence and she was like, why did I hear that? And I said, I didn't hear anything, but I fully believe you that you did. You know, it's like just meant to be.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah. Alicia, another thing that came to mind is like the dancing and her ability to transmute energy. Paula had such a great point to that, is that she will require the things to as an outlet for that energy, because she's going to absorb it and then transmute it, but it's going to be really important for her to have that direction for the energy to move out of her so that she doesn't collect it all within her. And when you are doing your journey of learning about energy and doing your soul work and getting into alignment, you're going to learn tools to help her move that energy and become the amazing healer that she's meant to be.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. All right. Well, thank you so much, Alicia. That was really powerful, very beautiful. Let's see, does anybody else want to go next or have a question? You're welcome to write it or just turn your camera on. Raise your hand, whatever feels good for you. I see Maria's back. She said her camera froze. We know all about bad internet connection here. I live in the country and we call it country internet. And so if ever we have cloud cover or something of that nature, wind, we have bad internet. Anybody else have a question? We are here.
Elena
Okay,
wants
Elena.
to go. Do you want to just unmute?
There she is. Elena, we are here, all ears. Yes, this recording will be available to you. You're going to get it within 24 hours.
You can go, Elena. Do you want to unmute? Oh, how does she unmute?
Oh, good question. If you are on your laptop, in your bottom left-hand corner, if you wiggle your mouse, you'll see a microphone and you can just click on it and the red X will go away. If you are on your phone, you should see a similar symbol and it looks like an old-fashioned microphone and it's red. If you just click on it, it will turn gray, maybe a little bit of green. Here we go.
Hey, I figured it out.
Elena.
Sorry, I'm on the phone, so I'm not sure how it works on the phone. Everything is
Okay.
different. So I'm Elena, and I have two little ones, two boys, Aiden and Laylan, and they're both still a toddler and a baby. And I have been lately having this strong pulls in multiple directions, and so I'm not sure which one to run after. Like I have a strong feeling that there is also other souls out there that are meant to come into our family. But at the same time, I also feel like this strong urge to follow some soul's work, or like there's some calling for me. There's like some part of my let's say purpose that's not being fulfilled because I'm giving my whole self to my little ones right now. So, and I'm not sure which, it just feels like I need to run. I don't know which direction to run. It's just like turning me into different directions. And that's why I'm asking for some clarity on that.
That's perfect. We will be happy to look into that and read your energy. Just give us a couple minutes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Maria, you want to start this one off?
Yeah, great. Thank you, Annika. Okay, let me see. Can I see? Was it Elena? Yeah, Elena. Okay. Hi, Elena. Thank you so much for allowing us to read you. It's so funny when I got into, when you're sharing what you're sharing instantly, I felt like you're here for a reason in this like actual Zoom call with 3 people that are literally the examples of what you are going to be doing, because your soul is like, you're getting all these 2 kind of messages. You're like, will I allow space for the soul, little souls, or like my soul purpose? And you're being led to both of them, and you're being led to bring them both together. And the question that I was led to ask you is like, why do you think that you need to choose one or the other? Why are you
Darn it, we lost her again, but I'll pick up right there where she left off because I was getting the exact same message. What they were telling me is right away is that you don't have to choose either one, is that you can actually do this at the same time. You can do the soul work, you can do the soul healing, you can follow your curiosity and still be a mom and still be welcoming children into this world while you are healing. Birth and motherhood is such a powerful portal to to discovering yourself, because you're walking into this beautiful new chapter and season in your life where you have to, more than ever, you're being called to discover who you are, because you are guiding little people, and you don't know, we don't know, as mothers, we would never know how to guide other people if we didn't know who we were. And so the strength comes in discovering who you are. And so you're being encouraged very strongly to continue to follow your curiosity in your soul, and to really lean into that. So if you're feeling called to do the soul work, now is definitely the time, and there's a strong reason why. I have 4 kids. I have been doing all the soul work while I had kids. I gave birth to my last daughter just 5 months before I started the program, where I became an intuitive life coach, a certified intuitive life coach. I had my baby by my side the entire class. So all of this can be done with your children. And this is also part of the reason why your children are being contracted with you at this time, is because they're meant to do this journey with you. They're meant to watch you step into alignment with your purpose work so that you can teach them how to do the same. You are going to be an inspiration for them to step into that work. They also, okay, so there is a spirit baby for sure up there, but what the spirit baby is telling me is that it's waiting for you to be more rooted in yourself to enter. So right now it feels like you're still, it's like you're keeping plates twirling, you know, and you're keeping the kids okay, and you're keeping yourself okay, but because there's no foundation of who you are at this point, you're just kind of, you're getting through it. You're surviving it. You're surviving motherhood. And what the spirit baby is asking you is to do more than survive. They want you to thrive before they can come in. They want to watch you really root into your magic. They want you to be sharing this magic as a mother and teaching your children how to access this magic before they enter in. Because if you were to add another soul into the equation right now, it would only add to the chaos. And what you're truly being guided to do right now is start to do the soul work. So if you are interested in taking a course, right now would be the time to get the readings, to do the studying, and really dive deep into that into your gifts and really discovering yourself again and the reason why you're here, this purpose work and the path for you. When you anchor into your magic, it's basically you're unveiling and you're going to start to discover what magic you hold within. And when you have discovered this is when the spirit baby will feel more comfortable entering, because they know that you've tapped into your magic. They know you're good. You're prepared to bring on another one, and you're really grounded and you've created a solid foundation that this baby is waiting for you to create. I'm also being told that you need to pursue your dreams. So whatever you're dreaming up right now is the time for you to step into that. Start doing that for sure. Yeah, you're back. Try again.
Hi, I'm keeping my camera off because my internet's not like supporting this. I'm sorry, guys.
Do you want to go, Maria? Finish, or do you want me to go?
Okay, will I finish? Yeah.
Whatever you want.
Yeah. Thanks. Sorry about that again. Sorry. Okay, so I was Elena. Sorry, I was just saying about you bringing both together and how at the moment it's not only you, Elena, but it's all of us collectively. We are, for the last few years, trying to find a balance in between in the masculine and the feminine, and we're like literally as women, we are here to be able to follow our purpose, follow our passion, and incorporate work and our career, but also be mothers and be able to lead our business, lead our life from a heart-centered way. So for us, the practice and the teachings of like in the last few years are all about how to bring the both dualities together and how to find that center, and the center is the heart. But it's really hard to find that in today's society because there's like this hustle and kind of do. So it's important that you kind of find that balance, and you're not being fed by exterior pressure of how you should be parenting your kids, how much you should be doing. So there's a lot of, for you, it feels like you need to dive back into gratitude of what's going on in the present moment for you right now, really tapping into, because it feels like at the moment, because you're maybe overdoing things, or you're maybe in a bit of a more masculine energy and you're like a bit burned out and you're kind of maybe disconnected from your feminine right now, it feels like because you're there, you're not tapping into the gratitude of the present moment, which I hate when people tell me that. I'm like, I hate when people tell me be grateful. It's like the most annoying thing, but it is really for you. It feels like you need to appreciate the present blessings and remind yourself daily like that life is an absolute magnificent thing, and that you're reading, that you're able to listen, you're able to feel, you're loved, and you can move, and you can, all these things that you can do. And try to, instead of like fakely be grateful, like saying, oh, I'm grateful for this or that, see if you can embody that gratefulness, if you can really feel it. So in a way, forcing yourself to feel the gratefulness. So if you're not grateful for something, don't say I'm grateful. Like just find whatever you can actually really be grateful for, even if it's superficial, even if it's like just your coffee, and maybe you're not grateful for your husband today, you don't like him today. It's fine. Just like be great. Find whatever you can be grateful for, that you actually mean it to yourself. So don't lie to yourself. Like don't go into the toxic positivity kind of side, And a little mantra for you to use is like, my heart is overflowing with gratitude and appreciation. I live in a state of great gratitude. So like saying that to yourself. Apart from that, I felt like there was a bit of a stagnant energy in you. So if you think of energy, like if energy equals movement, stillness equals lack of movement. So both are beautiful and kind of needed. So, but they're both, we need them in different situations. So if your life is overflowing with energy right now, maybe you're go, you are or maybe you're completely overwhelmed, you need to try to move towards finding that balance, towards stillness. On the other hand, if your life is too still, and you're the only one that can judge that. Maybe on the exterior, it looks like it's busy, but maybe you feel freaking stagnant in your life. That's for you to judge, nobody else. So if you feel stagnant and you actually can't sit meditation, that you have to honor that in yourself, because maybe it's not the time to be sitting meditation for you. So you might not be moving into kind of a desired direction because something is blocking your energy flow. So whatever is causing that resistance, you need to let it pass through you. So quite literally, it might be just like a good time to kind of work on improving your metabolism, or like doing yoga, like energetic movement, like that you really move like interiorly, like the energy. And when energy, without energy that's maybe stagnant, I feel like there's stagnant energy inside of you. When it flows, the body will kind of reflect, like give you clarity on what you need to be doing. And like Annika mentioned it as well, like the spirit babies are there to come in, but they don't need to, like, you can do both, obviously. How many kids do you have, Elena? 2? Okay. So like you can choose to have more babies. You can, like they're there, but it doesn't mean that you have to. Maybe you end up finding like a creative process to birth other things. Like, so like don't put yourself pressure, even if you feel the souls of the babies, don't feel the pressure that you need to actually be pregnant. You kind of have to have those actual babies. Don't think of it more as like you need to get in a creative mode to be able to birth, and that's a feminine energy that needs to come in. So like sometimes as women, when we are here to create, and sometimes we get confused and we think that we need to create another baby. So like just like allow yourself to explore, like, well, do I need to create something else apart from having more babies? But definitely it's like about balancing the masculine and the feminine, and also like moving some stagnant energy that's in you through like energetic work, breath work, yoga. Yeah, okay. The metabolism needs to move. Okay, that's all from me.
Alrighty. I will keep it short and sweet, just being mindful of everyone's time. But okay, so definitely felt a very, very strong spirit baby around you, but you have choice. So like the first thing I heard was you have choice. What Maria was saying really resonates, that first of all, you're highly intuitive, and and so the thing is, you get all these visions and all these intuitions, but you are overthinking. So you are in your head all the time. So what they kept telling me was, go drop to your heart. You need to be in your heart, because in your head is when the logic comes in. And it's like, oh my God, how am I going to have one more baby? And where am I going to live? And where is he going to sleep? And what about the finances? Blah, like all the things, or like all the things you want to create. Like you have so much energy of overthinking right now, rather than dropping in your heart. And you're such an intuitive and such a feeler, and you need to drop into your heart for those decisions. And so it's like, how does it feel? And like allow yourself to give yourself the space to drop in your heart and really listen to the answer in your heart, and don't take it back up to your head. Just trust that your heart always knows what's best, especially for you. You're such a, like, clairsentience is your biggest clair by far. They keep showing me, meaning that you read energy from your heart, and your heart is like your compass. We have intuition all over, but for you especially, there's just keep referring to your heart. This spirit baby, I even see the gender perfectly and everything. It's totally a choice. And there's like, you are exactly where you're meant to be. You are meant to be a mother first and foremost. And you also have this amazing like mission and work that you're meant to do alongside motherhood. And there's no rush whatsoever. And I think, again, there's this little part of you that knows that you have to do something big in this world that's kind of making you impatient and like fearful that you're not doing what you're meant to be doing. And so what they're saying is that there's perfect divine timing in all of it. And right now it's your time to really nourish those little souls and to kind of fulfill a contract of bringing through the souls, while though giving yourself the spaciousness and the time to find your center back again and get into a place of homeostasis, like after motherhood and birth, so that you can birth. The last of it will be the legacy that you're going to be birthing, but with the help of your kids. This last bird baby has your last codes and activations. It will be imprinted in your womb when the baby comes through, but there's no rush. And right now, you're just simply meant to be following your joy and your excitement and your curiosity. And that will lead you to finding more about yourself, finding more about like what you're here to do, finding more about where you're meant to be and how you're going to do it all. There's really no rush to birth this little soul yet. It's patiently waiting, and it's working already with you, alongside you. And it's the one that's whispering to you, like, go to this workshop that you're here right now, and then follow that podcast and take the human design lesson, and like figure out what it is that, how your energy works and how you work, and kind of deconditioning all the stuff that you've been conditioned to, as we all have from like, so this is your moment to just stop the pressure to like bring something through and figure out what you're supposed to do. You're a mother and you're a woman, and you're like in your mission constantly, but just being in your highest vibration, finding your highest truth, following your most excitement and your joy. Do all those things and everything will line up and come through exactly as it's meant to, in the perfect timing, as long as you're in your heart, as long as you trust your knowing. There's not even faith. It's like you're knowing. You don't even need to have faith. It's just, you just know, like, you know that there'll be another baby one day, and there's no rush, and there will be perfect timing. And in the meantime, you be present with those little souls. You be present with yourself and your needs and your feelings, and you follow those signs of like the classes, the courses, the readings, all the things. It's all being lined up for you. And you will have that one more baby if you choose to, and then you'll birth your legacy after that. But these 3 souls are here to help you birth your legacy, if with the different activations and the mirroring of what you're meant to learn with each of them. And it will all happen, and you just have to kind of take a deep breath and just allow and surrender to the timing of it all, and stop over rationalizing and overthinking it. So yeah, that's what I got. You're still muted, Elena. You have to unmute again. Sorry, we can't hear you.
There you go. Thank you so much. It resonates with me so deeply. And yes, I am a fire sign. And yeah, I have shivers in my body saying yes, yes, yes.
Oh, good. I'm so glad. All those messages were so beautiful. I think they all met together to give you a really strong message. So you're doing a really good job coming here too, because I think also what's good for you to know too is that your spirit baby, whether you choose to bring that baby Earthside or not, is also a guide. So that baby is always going to be with you, and that baby is guiding you right now.
Oh, thank you so much for all.
I forgot to mention one thing. There's like this big like energy of, do you own dogs? Like there's a spirit guide that wants to come through in the form of an animal. I don't know if you're thinking about a dog, or if you have a dog or recently got a dog, but like the energy of the dog was like all over. I was like, okay, I don't know if she has one or she's thinking about it, but there's a spirit guide coming through to guide you through this next chapter in the form of a pet. Just allow it in.
We're thinking about one. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh, that's so beautiful. Oh, thank you, Elena. Well, thank you all so much for joining us. That was really powerful and so beautiful. And I'm so honored that you all came to join us, because the messages, I definitely took away some beautiful messages to myself. So thank you all so much for being brave and sharing and letting us read your energy. Maria, can you tell us where we can find you if somebody wants to work with you again? Oh, you're muted.
I'm like a Zoom newbie today. I'm on Instagram, so like you can find me on @IamJosefina Barrio. So I'm gonna actually put in the comments here. Yeah, that's where you can find me. You can DM me. All my links are there, and we can chat. Thank you so much for having me, Annika. Loved it. And sorry about the coming in and out.
Oh, it's okay. Life, it happens. Internet, it's not always the best. I get it. Paula, where can we find you?
I will drop my Instagram too on the comments. And I have some, like a few offerings, but I'm kind of working on revamping and like rebirthing some stuff in like the next month or so. Like, so I'm kind of in transition, but right now I still have readings here and there. And Maria and I are working on a group container that we're gonna be rolling out later on, early summer probably, or late May. So we don't have the timing perfect, but just it'll be like a coaching container for intuitives to like kind of find their gifts and align with their knowing and their intuition, just more like guided kind of group mentorship. So that's coming up, and I'm always available and love connecting over DM. So you guys can find me there, and all my links are there as well. But thank you for having me, Annika. This was beautiful, and thank you guys for being vulnerable and sharing your questions and your stories with us and your energy.
Thank you guys so much. And you guys can find me at Aligned Mamas Healing on Instagram and alignedmamashealing.com. I also have a program coming up on the 18th. So if you are interested in getting a reading for your child, this is going to be like the extended reading. It'll happen over the course of 3 weeks, and we'll practice healing your children. You guys will gain tools further than just giving you the reading. You guys will be able to ask me questions. So I'm here to support your journey to becoming a soul-led mother. All of this recording will be sent to you as a email, so you can catch the recording if you guys wanted to listen again. And I'm sending you guys so much love. Thank you all so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Annika. Bye.
Bye, guys.